Success is rarely loud. It does not announce itself with fireworks or demand attention. True success grows quietly, almost imperceptibly, through the invisible choices made day after day. It does not rush, it does not boast, and it does not wait for permission. What separates those who achieve extraordinary results from those who remain average is not talent, luck, or opportunity alone. It is the relentless, quiet cultivation of habits that align with growth. Every small action matters. Every repeated decision, no matter how insignificant it may seem in the moment, is shaping the trajectory of your life. Habits are the silent architects of destiny. They construct the future quietly, while the world often focuses on the visible and dramatic. People look for grand gestures, sudden breakthroughs, and shortcuts, but the truth is that success is a cumulative force. It is built from the small, often overlooked behaviors that are repeated consistently. Each choice compounds, each action accumulates, and over time, these invisible efforts create results that feel almost effortless to outsiders. The power of habits lies in their ability to act without conscious effort. When a habit is established, it does not demand energy or debate. It simply occurs as natural and automatic as breathing. This is why habits are so potent they operate under the radar, influencing every decision, every action, and every outcome. The person who writes for 30 minutes every day, who invests quietly in learning, who moves their body consistently, who thinks before reacting, and who manages their time with precision, is quietly building an advantage. No one may notice it today, but in a few months, a few years, the results will be undeniable. Success often appears sudden to outsiders, but it is always the result of this invisible groundwork. It is easy to underestimate the power of small habits because their effects are not immediate. Human nature seeks instant gratification, and the mind craves visible, measurable progress. This is why most people give up too soon, abandoning the habits that could have quietly transformed their lives. The challenge is to persist without immediate reward, to trust in the compounding power of consistent effort. Every habit you cultivate is an investment. Some investments take years to show dividends, but the return is exponential. The person who masters this understands that quiet, disciplined action is far more powerful than sporadic bursts of effort. When habits are aligned with purpose, they become magnets for success. Discipline, focus, and consistency attract opportunities, connections, and momentum without the need for loud announcements or constant validation. Habits are the unseen force that prepares the mind and body for challenges, equips the individual with resilience, and shapes the character that naturally commands respect. Each small, intentional choice, repeated daily, compounds into a reality that feels inevitable. This is the quiet power of habits, the power to attract success without force, to create results without spectacle, and to build a life that radiates achievement even before it is recognized. It is within this quiet discipline, within these repeated actions that often go unnoticed, that success is born. It is not flashy, it is not dramatic, but it is unstoppable. Those who understand this truth focus not on immediate recognition, but on the steady cultivation of behaviors that, over time, construct the life they desire. Every choice, every habit, every action is a brick in the foundation of achievement. The silent, invisible work done consistently will always speak louder than words, luck, or fleeting moments of effort. To build the life you want, to attract the success you desire, begin by nurturing the habits that operate quietly, consistently, and relentlessly. Over time, you will find that the life you imagined is not just possible, it is inevitable. Before any meaningful change can occur, awareness must take root. Most people move through life on autopilot. unaware of the habits, thoughts, and routines that shape their outcomes. They react to situations instead of responding with intention, swept along by patterns that neither serve them nor reflect their true potential. The first step toward building habits that quietly attract success is to notice, observe your behaviors, your decisions, and the small choices that define each day. Awareness is the lens through which transformation begins. Without it, effort is misdirected, energy is wasted, and potential is left dormant. By simply paying attention, by examining the way you spend your time and where your energy flows, you gain insight into what needs to change. Self-awareness is not judgment, it is understanding. It is the ability to see clearly which habits propel you forward and which hold you back. Many people fail not because they lack capability, but because they remain blind to the invisible forces sabotaging their progress. The power of quiet success is built on conscious action, and conscious action requires seeing clearly. Take stock of daily routines, small decisions, and recurring thought patterns. Identify which ones support growth, which ones undermine it, and which have become automatic without benefit. This process is not instantaneous. It requires patience, honesty, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths about yourself. The deeper the awareness, the stronger the foundation upon which new habits can be built. Once awareness is established, it naturally leads to intentional action. When you understand the impact of your choices, you no longer drift aimlessly. You begin to craft routines that reinforce your goals and eliminate those that drain your potential. This is where discipline meets insight. Every deliberate action, no matter how small, compounds over time. Awareness allows you to see the invisible architecture of your life and make adjustments that align with success. It transforms ordinary days into purposeful steps, building momentum silently yet powerfully. Each conscious decision becomes a signal to your mind and your environment, guiding energy and attention toward growth. Awareness also cultivates resilience. When challenges arise, the aware individual can respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. By recognizing patterns, by understanding the triggers that lead to distraction, doubt, or self-sabotage, it becomes possible to maintain direction and composure. Habits are strengthened not only by repetition, but by conscious choice in the face of adversity. The mind trained to notice, to evaluate, and to correct quietly gains power, setting the stage for habits that naturally attract success. Ultimately, awareness is the gateway to mastery. Without it, even the most ambitious efforts are scattered, inconsistent, or counterproductive. By observing yourself, understanding your patterns, and responding with intention, you begin to align daily actions with long-term goals. Each moment of mindful choice, each recognition of a habit's influence, builds the momentum that leads to results. This quiet, persistent practice of self-awareness is what transforms ordinary effort into unstoppable progress. It is the invisible force that sets the stage for disciplined habits, resilience, and ultimately, success that arrives silently, effortlessly, and inevitably. Consistency is the quiet engine behind every remarkable achievement. Talent, intelligence, and opportunity matter, but without repeated effort over time, they rarely manifest into true success. The disciplined repetition of small actions builds momentum that cannot be matched by sporadic bursts of energy or fleeting inspiration. Consistency is not glamorous. It does not demand attention. It operates in the background day after day, silently reinforcing progress. Those who master this principle understand that greatness is not born in a single moment of brilliance, but emerges from the accumulation of countless deliberate actions, repeated with unwavering commitment. Each day offers a chance to reinforce habits, to make incremental improvements and to silently strengthen the foundation of success. The power of consistency lies in its ability to transform ordinary effort into extraordinary results. When actions are repeated regularly, they become automatic, reducing the mental energy required to act. Habits form, momentum builds, and over time, results become inevitable. A person who writes, studies, or practices consistently may seem unremarkable in the moment, but years of disciplined repetition compound quietly into mastery. Consistency turns effort into skill, skill into confidence, and confidence into opportunity. The results may not appear instantly, but like water slowly carving stone, the repeated effort leaves a permanent mark that shapes the trajectory of life. Consistency also builds credibility and trust, even when it is invisible to others. The mind begins to anticipate and rely on repeated patterns. When you consistently show up, your brain becomes aligned with your goals, your body adapts to the routines, and your subconscious begins to drive the actions necessary to sustain progress. Invisible as it may be, this alignment is magnetic. It naturally attracts opportunities, resources, and people who resonate with your disciplined energy. Over time, the quiet force of consistency becomes unstoppable, creating a rhythm in life where success flows naturally, without force or struggle. Another dimension of consistency is patience in action. Results rarely appear overnight, and the untrained mind often gives up too soon. Those who persist understand that every day of small, repeated effort contributes to outcomes far greater than immediate gratification can measure. Success favors the persistent, not the impatient. Consistency is the bridge between intention and achievement, connecting vision to reality through invisible daily effort. It is in the repeated practice, the quiet repetition, and the steadfast commitment to action that transformation occurs. Ultimately, consistency is not simply about performing actions. It is about cultivating a mindset that honors persistence over showiness, patience over urgency, and discipline over fleeting. Motivation. When consistency becomes a habit, it operates silently yet powerfully, shaping character, skill, and destiny. It is the invisible hand guiding every deliberate effort toward success, quietly attracting results that appear almost effortless to the outside world. The individual who embraces this truth learns that sustained, consistent action is the ultimate secret to building habits that quietly attract success. The ability to delay gratification is one of the most powerful habits that quietly attracts success. Most people chase instant pleasure, seeking satisfaction in the moment while sacrificing long-term gains. The temptation of comfort, entertainment, and ease is constant. Yet those who master the habit of postponing short-term rewards position themselves for outcomes that others cannot reach. Each time a choice is made to resist immediate satisfaction in favor of something greater, a silent signal is sent to the mind, to the body, and to the environment that readiness and discipline are in place. Success is drawn to this quiet restraint, for it recognizes preparation, patience, and self-control as markers of potential. Delaying gratification is not about denying oneself joy. It is about prioritizing what matters most over what feels easiest. It is the habit of making conscious decisions that align with long-term goals, even when they are uncomfortable or inconvenient. Every choice to act in accordance with vision rather than impulse strengthens the mind's capacity to persist, adapt, and endure. These decisions, repeated consistently, compound into results that are disproportionately greater than the small pleasures resisted along the way. This habit is invisible to the outside world, yet its effects are undeniable. Those who cultivate it are often underestimated, appearing ordinary while quietly building extraordinary lives. The psychology behind delayed gratification reveals why it is so transformative. Every time a person resists a short-term impulse, the brain is trained to value outcomes over feelings. This rewiring fosters clarity, focus, and patience. It strengthens self-confidence because each act of restraint is proof that one can control their own impulses rather than be controlled by them. The mind becomes a disciplined tool, capable of planning, persevering, and achieving without constant reward or reinforcement. Success is magnetically attracted to this mindset, as it signals an individual who is prepared, steady, and capable of handling the responsibility that comes with achievement. Delayed gratification also creates resilience. Life will inevitably test commitment through challenges and setbacks, and those who have trained themselves to prioritize long-term outcomes are better equipped to endure. They are less likely to be distracted by fleeting frustrations or temptations, and more likely to stay on course when the path becomes difficult. This invisible strength compounds silently, reinforcing other habits and shaping a character that naturally draws opportunity, trust, and recognition. Ultimately, the habit of delaying gratification is the quiet engine behind extraordinary results. It demonstrates self-mastery, strategic thinking, and patience, qualities that cannot be bought or faked. By choosing long-term growth over immediate satisfaction, each deliberate action becomes a stepping stone towards success. This habit operates in silence, shaping the mind, strengthening resolve, and attracting outcomes that feel effortless, yet are built on a foundation of disciplined choices. Those who embrace this practice discover that the life they desire does not require luck or luck alone. It requires a consistent commitment to act with purpose, restraint, and foresight. The rewards of this invisible work are far greater than any temporary pleasure, quietly manifesting the success they have patiently earned. The habits you build in your mind are far more powerful than any visible action you take. Every thought, every belief, every mental pattern sets the stage for the life you will create. Success begins in the mind, and without deliberate attention to mental habits, even the most disciplined external routines can falter. Guarding your mind daily is not a one-time task. It is a continuous practice, a habit that strengthens clarity, focus, and resilience. Negative thoughts, doubts, and distractions creep in quietly, shaping decisions without notice. By consciously cultivating empowering mental routines, you take control of the unseen forces that dictate behavior. The mind is the engine of achievement, and like any engine, it requires care, alignment, and direction to perform at its peak. Feeding the mind with constructive, purposeful thoughts is essential. What you repeatedly think becomes the framework through which you perceive the world. If the mind is left untended, it fills with limiting beliefs, fear, and hesitation, quietly sabotaging potential. Every day, the choice exists to nurture thoughts that inspire action, creativity, and courage. By consistently practicing mental discipline, by choosing clarity over confusion, optimism over doubt, and solutions over problems, the mind becomes a magnet for success. Habits of thought are invisible, yet they orchestrate every decision, influence every relationship, and determine every outcome. The inner life, cultivated carefully, quietly directs the external life toward growth and achievement. Guarding your mind also involves discipline over attention. The modern world constantly competes for focus, bombarding with distractions, trivialities, and noise. Habits that protect attention, such as selective focus, mental pauses, and reflective thinking, allow the mind to operate with precision. This quiet control over focus magnifies productivity, deepens understanding, and strengthens the ability to execute on long-term goals. Mental habits are not merely about avoiding negativity, they are about consciously shaping perception, strengthening judgment, and fostering the mindset that attracts opportunities naturally. Those who master this invisible discipline find that clarity of thought leads to clarity in action, and clarity in action leads to results. The mind is also the source of resilience and adaptability. Habits of mental control create the capacity to respond rather than react, to persevere under pressure, and to maintain direction when circumstances are uncertain. Challenges that overwhelm the untrained mind are navigated with ease by those who have built habits of mental strength. This quiet internal work compounds over time, reinforcing other habits and ensuring that external actions remain consistent and productive. The strength of the mind becomes a silent magnet, attracting circumstances, people, and opportunities aligned with the discipline and clarity cultivated within. Ultimately, guarding your mind daily is the habit that forms the foundation for every other practice of success. It operates invisibly, shaping perception, steering behavior, and strengthening character. The thoughts you nurture, the beliefs you reinforce, and the focus you maintain dictate the energy and direction of your life. Habits of mental discipline quietly attract success because they prepare the mind to recognize opportunities, take decisive action, and persist with unwavering focus. Those who master this habit discover that external victories are merely the reflection of the invisible power cultivated within, and that the life they desire begins with the choices they make in their own mind. Preparation is one of the most overlooked habits that quietly attracts success. While others wait for inspiration or hope for sudden opportunity, those who prepare consistently are ready before the moment arrives. Preparation is not about show or recognition. It is about building the invisible structures that allow excellence to manifest naturally. It is the daily rituals, the repeated practices, and the disciplined planning that accumulate over time to create readiness. Every act of preparation, no matter how small, strengthens the mind, sharpens the skills, and positions the individual to act decisively when opportunity knocks. Success favors those who anticipate, those who equip themselves quietly while others are distracted, unprepared, or complacent. The power of preparation lies in its ability to create confidence and competence without fanfare. When routines are structured and consistent, the mind and body internalize patterns of success. Skills are honed, decisions are guided by experience, and the energy required to act effectively is reduced. Preparation is invisible to the outside observer, yet it directly influences results. People who appear naturally successful have often engaged in countless hours of quiet, disciplined preparation, building abilities and knowledge that make their actions appear effortless. Every repetition, every refinement, every incremental improvement is a building block that compounds into mastery, making the individual ready for opportunities that others cannot seize. Preparation also strengthens resilience. Life is unpredictable and challenges are inevitable. When habits of preparation are established, obstacles become manageable because the mind and body are already conditioned to respond effectively. The person who prepares consistently does not panic, hesitate, or rely on luck. They have developed the internal and external systems to navigate difficulty with clarity and composure. This quiet readiness creates an invisible advantage, making the prepared individual magnetic to success. The world naturally gravitates toward those who are capable, disciplined, and reliable, even when the preparation behind their competence goes unseen. Another essential aspect of preparation is its cumulative nature. Small daily acts of planning, learning, and rehearsing may seem insignificant in isolation, but over weeks, months, and years they accumulate into an unstoppable force. Preparation is the bridge between potential and performance. It transforms raw ability into refined skill, ambition into execution, and vision into result. By committing to daily habits of preparation, the individual ensures that when opportunities arise, they can act decisively, effectively, and confidently. This habit, invisible yet powerful, quietly attracts the conditions, people, and circumstances necessary for success. Ultimately, preparation is not about being perfect. It is about being ready. It is the habit of building strength, knowledge, and skill quietly, day by day, without seeking attention or recognition. Those who embrace preparation as a daily practice discover that success does not need to be forced. It is drawn naturally to their consistent readiness. Invisible effort, repeated relentlessly, positions the individual to achieve outcomes that others may perceive as sudden, lucky, or effortless, but in reality, they are the inevitable result of quiet, disciplined preparation. The habit of preparation transforms potential into achievement and ensures that success is attracted silently, steadily, and powerfully. Success is built on momentum, and momentum is built on small wins. Every significant achievement begins with tiny victories that are often overlooked, dismissed, or underestimated. These small wins are more than just progress markers. They are catalysts that shape confidence, reinforce discipline, and signal the mind that success is possible. When habits are aligned with action, every minor achievement compounds quietly, creating unstoppable momentum over time. Each day, each task completed, and each incremental improvement strengthens belief in your abilities and draws energy toward continued effort. The quiet accumulation of these small wins is what separates those who achieve extraordinary results from those who settle for mediocrity. Small wins are invisible to the outside world, but profoundly impactful internally. They reshape the mind, rewiring confidence and self-perception. Each time a task is completed, no matter how minor, it communicates to the subconscious that progress is possible, that effort is rewarded, and that discipline produces results. These repeated experiences build a mental environment where persistence becomes natural. Challenges are met with composure, and opportunities are recognized with clarity. The compounding effect of these victories is immense. Over time, small, consistent actions create results that appear monumental, effortless, and inevitable to anyone observing from the outside. Leveraging small wins also enhances motivation. Motivation is not constant. It fluctuates, often disappearing when challenges arise or results are slow to appear. By focusing on incremental progress, the mind experiences repeated reinforcement, which fuels sustained effort even when external validation is absent. Each small win becomes evidence that the path is productive, encouraging continued action and fortifying habits that attract success quietly. Momentum grows silently, creating a rhythm where effort, consistency, and achievement are naturally aligned. This invisible flow builds an internal ecosystem where success is drawn naturally, without force or artificial pressure. Small wins also create resilience. Each completed step, each minor achievement, strengthens the capacity to face challenges, setbacks, or uncertainty. The individual who accumulates these victories develops a foundation of confidence, patience, and perseverance that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. Habits of progress, reinforced through repeated successes, quietly cultivate the strength to persist when others falter, to maintain focus when distractions abound, and to recognize that incremental effort is the true engine of long-term results. Over time, these small wins become a habit in themselves, shaping a mindset that expects success and consistently aligns action with growth. Ultimately, the habit of celebrating and leveraging small wins is a powerful, silent magnet for achievement. It transforms ordinary action into extraordinary progress, turning daily effort into cumulative results that are undeniable. Each small victory, repeated and compounded, builds momentum that draws opportunities, confidence, and growth toward you without spectacle or fanfare. Those who embrace this habit discover that success is not a sudden event, but a steady, relentless accumulation of disciplined action. Small wins quietly signal potential, reinforce habits, and create the unstoppable momentum that transforms effort into visible, lasting achievement. Resilience is the invisible force that allows success to endure, and it is cultivated through habit. Life will inevitably present obstacles, challenges, and setbacks that test commitment and strength. Those who succeed are not immune to struggle. They have simply developed the habits that enable them to endure, adapt, and persevere quietly, without surrendering to frustration or fear. Resilience is not dramatic. It does not demand recognition. It grows silently in those who persist, who continue to act even when results are delayed, and who maintain their focus on long-term goals. Each repeated choice to persist under difficulty strengthens the mind, reinforces discipline, and solidifies character, forming the foundation upon which lasting achievement is built. The habit of resilience is cultivated in everyday decisions. It is built when challenges are met with calm resolve, when mistakes are treated as lessons rather than failures, and when patience is practiced in the face of delay. These seemingly small acts, repeated over time, quietly fortify the mind and body, creating an unshakable foundation for success. Each obstacle overcome strengthens confidence, sharpens judgment, and reinforces the understanding that difficulties are not roadblocks but stepping stones. The more consistently resilience is practiced, the more it becomes an automatic response to adversity, shaping not just actions, but the very perception of what is possible. Resilience also magnifies the effectiveness of all other habits. Consistency, preparation, focus, and discipline are powerful on their own, but they become unstoppable when paired with the capacity to endure. A resilient individual does not abandon their routines in the face of hardship. They persist quietly, trusting that effort compounded over time will produce results. This silent strength allows them to navigate uncertainty, maintain direction, and capitalize on opportunities even when circumstances are imperfect. Resilience transforms setbacks into opportunities for growth, ensuring that every challenge encountered becomes an asset rather than a liability. Furthermore, resilience attracts success without fanfare. The mind and body trained in persistence and adaptability naturally align with growth, opportunity, and achievement. Those who demonstrate steady endurance, even when unseen, communicate reliability, discipline, and capability qualities that draw favorable circumstances and partnerships. The invisible habit of resilience is magnetic, creating an environment where success is drawn toward those who have quietly cultivated the strength to sustain effort, overcome difficulty, and remain steadfast in pursuit of long-term goals. Ultimately, resilience is the silent backbone of achievement. It is the habit that enables the consistent application of all other success-oriented behaviors. By embracing resilience as a daily practice, setbacks lose their power, challenges become manageable, and progress continues even under pressure. This invisible force strengthens character, amplifies momentum, and ensures that the habits cultivated to attract success are not derailed by adversity. Those who master resilience discover that success is rarely sudden. It is quietly drawn to those who endure, persist, and continue to act with unwavering commitment, no matter the circumstances. Focus is one of the most powerful habits for quietly attracting success. The ability to direct attention deliberately, to concentrate on what truly matters, and to eliminate distractions is a skill few master, yet it underpins every achievement. In a world filled with noise, temptations, and constant demands on attention, the individual who maintains focus gains an invisible advantage. Focus is not about working harder or longer. It is about working with precision, clarity, and purpose. Each act of concentrated effort compounds over time, producing results far greater than scattered energy or impulsive action ever could. The habit of focus transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary outcomes, quietly aligning energy, intention, and action toward success. The power of focus lies in its ability to amplify other habits. Consistency, preparation, discipline, and resilience all yield greater results when attention is concentrated on the essentials. Multitasking, distraction, and mental fragmentation dissipate energy, erode momentum, and weaken outcomes. By training the mind to concentrate on what truly matters, the individual creates an environment where progress is inevitable. Focus is invisible to others, yet its effects are undeniable. The person who consistently prioritizes their attention aligns their energy with purpose, strengthens skill, and ensures that every action contributes meaningfully to long-term goals. Focus also creates efficiency and clarity in decision making. The more disciplined the mind becomes in directing attention, the more capable it is of recognizing what is relevant and what is not. Decisions that once took hours of uncertainty become clear, actions that once seemed overwhelming become manageable, and progress accelerates. This habit quiets the chaos of competing demands and directs energy toward the highest value activities. With repeated practice, focus becomes automatic, and the mind naturally filters distractions, allowing opportunities, resources, and solutions to flow seamlessly toward the individual. Another critical aspect of focus is its role in cultivating depth. Shallow effort produces shallow results, but sustained attention over time builds expertise, mastery, and credibility. The habits of attention and concentration quietly shape competence, reinforcing confidence and attracting recognition, influence, and success. The individual who focuses consistently is not noticed in the moment for their mental discipline, yet this invisible force determines the magnitude of achievements and the trajectory of progress. Focus allows the mind to operate at full capacity, transforming energy into results and ensuring that effort produces maximum impact. Ultimately, focus is the magnet that aligns intention, action, and outcome. It is the habit that converts scattered effort into concentrated power, turning ordinary routines into extraordinary results. Those who master focus develop an internal discipline that attracts opportunity, enhances skill, and amplifies all other habits. Success is drawn to concentrated effort, for it recognizes preparedness, clarity, and purpose. By cultivating focus daily, the individual ensures that their energy is directed with precision, their actions are amplified, and the results of their invisible work quietly manifest into lasting achievement. Reflection is a quiet habit that has the power to transform ordinary effort into extraordinary results. Many people move through life reacting to circumstances, repeating patterns, and making choices without ever pausing to evaluate their effectiveness. Reflection allows the mind to step back, examine progress, and recognize what is working and what is not. It is the habit of assessing actions, thoughts, and outcomes in a deliberate and thoughtful way. Through this practice, insights emerge that guide future decisions, strengthen habits, and ensure that effort is consistently aligned with goals. Reflection is not dramatic or visible, but it operates silently as a compass, directing action with precision and clarity. The habit of reflection creates awareness of growth and opportunity. By pausing regularly to evaluate progress, the individual identifies areas for improvement, celebrates small victories, and adjusts strategies accordingly. This process strengthens learning, enhances decision making, and builds resilience. Without reflection, even the most disciplined routines can become mechanical or misaligned with long-term objectives. Reflection ensures that effort remains purposeful, that energy is invested wisely, and that each step contributes to the larger vision. The quiet moments of contemplation, when repeated consistently, compound over time into wisdom and strategic insight that elevate every subsequent action. Reflection also nurtures adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and circumstances are constantly shifting. Habits, routines, and plans that once served well may require adjustment to remain effective. The practice of reflection allows for flexibility without sacrificing discipline. It creates the capacity to recognize when change is necessary to course, correct with confidence, and to remain committed to long-term goals despite short-term challenges. This invisible habit strengthens judgment, ensuring that every action is informed, intentional, and aligned with purpose. The individual who reflects consistently is not easily derailed by setbacks or distractions, because they understand the power of learning from every experience. Additionally, reflection reinforces accountability and self-mastery. By regularly examining choices and outcomes, the individual takes ownership of their results rather than blaming external factors. This silent self-assessment fosters integrity, strengthens habits, and deepens personal growth. Each reflective moment builds awareness of how thoughts, decisions, and behaviors influence outcomes, creating a cycle of continuous improvement. Habits become more intentional, actions more aligned, and progress more measurable, all while operating quietly beneath the surface of daily life. Ultimately, reflection is the invisible force that connects effort to results. It transforms routine action into purposeful action, trial and error into wisdom, and challenges into opportunities for growth. The habit of reflection allows the individual to navigate life with clarity, adapt strategies with intelligence, and maintain consistent progress toward long-term goals. By making reflection a daily practice, success is not pursued blindly. It is attracted naturally. The insights gained through quiet self-assessment guide action, strengthen habits, and ensure that the path to achievement is deliberate, disciplined, and inevitable. Integrity is a habit that quietly shapes every dimension of success. It is the consistent practice of acting in alignment with values, principles, and commitments, even when no one is watching. Integrity does not call attention to itself. It operates silently, building trust, credibility, and influence over time. The individual who cultivates this habit becomes a magnet for opportunity, because people are naturally drawn to reliability, honesty, and consistency. Every action taken with integrity strengthens character and reinforces the invisible framework that attracts success. Habits of integrity are invisible yet profoundly powerful, for they determine not only how others perceive you, but also how you perceive yourself. The power of integrity lies in its compounding effect. Small acts of honesty, accountability, and ethical decision making accumulate quietly, establishing a reputation that opens doors and creates opportunities that luck alone cannot provide. When integrity is consistent, it creates alignment between values and actions, reducing internal conflict and freeing energy to focus on growth and achievement. This alignment strengthens confidence, sharpens decision making, and ensures that each action contributes meaningfully to long-term goals. Success gravitates toward those who are trustworthy and principled, for they are prepared to handle responsibility, opportunity, and influence with care. Integrity also fortifies resilience and focus. Challenges, setbacks, and ethical dilemmas inevitably arise in life, testing character and resolve. Those who have cultivated integrity as a habit respond with clarity and conviction, rather than compromise or avoidance. This quiet strength allows for steady progress, even under pressure, and ensures that other habits, consistency, focus, preparation, and reflection, remain unshaken. The individual who acts with integrity does not waste energy on excuses, justifications, or distractions. Instead, they channel effort toward disciplined action and sustainable achievement. Moreover, integrity fosters influence and leadership. People naturally follow, support, and collaborate with those whose actions reflect principles, reliability, and authenticity. The habit of integrity generates respect without the need for spectacle or authority. It attracts mentors, partners, and opportunities that amplify growth. The invisible power of this habit is undeniable. It silently signals competence, dependability, and trustworthiness, creating a fertile environment for success to flourish. Those who master integrity understand that visible rewards are the natural byproduct of invisible alignment with core values. Ultimately, the habit of integrity is the cornerstone of lasting achievement. It shapes character, attracts opportunity, reinforces other habits, and ensures that success is earned and sustained rather than fleeting or superficial. By consistently acting in alignment with values, making ethical choices, and honoring commitments, the individual creates a quiet yet powerful magnet for results. Habits built on integrity operate beneath the surface of life, influencing perception, action, and outcomes in ways that are profound, unstoppable, and inevitable. Those who embrace this habit discover that true success is drawn silently to those who act with unwavering principle, discipline, and authenticity. Patience is a habit that quietly transforms effort into results. In a world that glorifies speed, instant gratification, and visible achievement, patience operates silently, building the foundation for long-term success. It is the ability to remain steady, persistent, and disciplined, even when results are not immediate or recognition is delayed. Patience allows the individual to maintain focus on the process rather than obsess over outcomes, understanding that every deliberate action, repeated consistently, contributes to a future that cannot yet be seen. The habit of patience cultivates endurance, strengthens resolve, and ensures that momentum is sustained through challenges, setbacks, and uncertainty. The power of patience lies in its ability to magnify the effects of other habits. Consistency, focus, preparation, reflection, and resilience all require time to yield results, and without patience, these habits can falter. By embracing the long-term process, the individual allows compounding effort to operate naturally. Small actions repeated day after day accumulate quietly into extraordinary outcomes. The patient mind understands that visible success is often the product of invisible, persistent work, and it resists the temptation to abandon discipline for short-term comfort or distraction. This invisible habit ensures that effort continues even when immediate feedback is absent, and that every step taken aligns with ultimate goals. Patience also enhances clarity and judgment. When the mind is not pressured by urgency or impulsivity, decisions are more thoughtful, strategic, and aligned with long-term objectives. The ability to wait, to observe, and to respond rather than react allows the individual to identify opportunities that others overlook, avoid costly mistakes, and capitalize on circumstances with precision. This quiet control over time and action creates a significant advantage in achieving results. It transforms challenges into opportunities for growth, and ensures that progress is sustainable rather than fleeting. Furthermore, patience nurtures inner strength and confidence. The habit of waiting, of persisting despite delayed gratification, reinforces self-discipline and reinforces trust in one's own abilities. Each moment of restraint and perseverance strengthens the mind, builds resilience, and quietly signals readiness for greater responsibility, influence, and success. This invisible power compounds over time, creating a life in which results naturally align with effort, and achievement is drawn effortlessly to those who have cultivated the ability to endure without complaint or haste. Ultimately, patience is the habit that ensures longevity in success. It allows effort to compound, maintains alignment with purpose, and transforms ordinary actions into extraordinary outcomes. By embracing patience as a daily practice, the individual creates a silent yet unstoppable force that attracts achievement, opportunity, and growth. Success is rarely immediate, but the patient person understands that the most meaningful results are cultivated quietly over time. The habit of patience operates invisibly beneath the surface, ensuring that discipline, focus, and effort produce outcomes that are inevitable, sustainable, and profoundly rewarding. Gratitude is the silent force that amplifies every habit and attracts success without effort. While many chase results, recognition, or external validation, the individual who practices gratitude quietly transforms their mindset, their energy, and their environment. Gratitude shifts focus from what is lacking to what is present, from frustration to appreciation, and from scarcity to abundance. This shift is subtle but profound, creating an invisible magnet for opportunities, relationships, and circumstances that align with growth. The habit of daily gratitude reinforces perspective, patience, and resilience, strengthening every other habit cultivated in pursuit of success. The power of gratitude lies in its ability to reframe perception. Life is unpredictable, and challenges are inevitable, yet the person who focuses on what they have and what they can control remains empowered. Gratitude cultivates optimism, encourages perseverance, and fosters mental clarity, allowing the individual to navigate obstacles with composure and intelligence. By acknowledging small wins, progress, and the support of others, the mind is conditioned to recognize growth rather than dwell on setbacks. This quiet practice transforms ordinary experiences into lessons, opportunities, and stepping stones toward long-term achievement. Over time, the cumulative effect of gratitude strengthens mindset, character, and influence, creating an invisible force that draws success naturally. Gratitude also deepens connection. Success is rarely achieved in isolation. By appreciating the people, resources, and experiences that support growth, the individual strengthens relationships and attracts collaboration. Those who practice gratitude consistently are perceived as positive, reliable, and inspiring, creating an environment in which support and opportunity flow naturally. This invisible influence amplifies other habits. Preparation becomes more effective, focus is sustained, and momentum accelerates, all because the mind and environment are aligned through appreciation and awareness of value. Moreover, gratitude cultivates resilience. Challenges and setbacks are inevitable, but those who maintain a mindset of appreciation are less likely to be derailed by adversity. Each difficulty is reframed as a lesson, each failure as a teacher, and each effort as a step forward. The practice of gratitude strengthens patience, focus, and determination, allowing the individual to endure and persist quietly, building the invisible foundation of lasting success. Gratitude turns ordinary effort into meaningful progress, transforming work, struggle, and discipline into a harmonious rhythm that draws achievement effortlessly. Ultimately, gratitude completes the cycle of habits that quietly attract success. It reinforces mental discipline, strengthens resilience, magnifies focus, and sustains momentum, creating an invisible ecosystem in which success is drawn naturally and consistently. By cultivating the habit of gratitude, the individual ensures that every action, thought, and decision is infused with clarity, purpose, and perspective. This quiet force operates beneath the surface, shaping character, mindset, and environment in a way that aligns with growth and achievement. Those who embrace gratitude discover that true success is not merely a goal to be reached, but a state of being cultivated silently, consistently, and powerfully, attracting results that are inevitable, meaningful, and enduring.